Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes. Today, we are going to take a look at Kaiju number 8's mouth. Well, actually, we're going to take a look at Kaiju number 6's mouth, but really, I guess this is an analysis of how much of your plot can depend on art style in a visual medium, and how that plays out in manga. But there will be mild spoilers pretty much up to chapter 58, or was it 59? Pretty much up to the latest chapter. So if you're not interested in spoilers, you can go click the links below the video to get yourself a copy of my books. Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data, or Humans Are Weird, We Took a Vote. Now, let's talk necks and mouths. Now, a lot of people noticed right off when Kaiju number 8 first started fighting that his mouth ran all the way back to the back of his neck. Not just to the back of his face, all the way to the back of his neck, like the entire front of his head could lift up. And then we saw it open up when he did the big sonic attack when fighting number 9. So we know that Kaiju number 8's mouth was a relevant plot point that was indicated by the art. And then we get to see Kaiju number 6, the king of the monsters, in a flashback scene in the latest chapter. And interestingly enough, when we get a close-up of its face, we see that it also has that mouth going back to the back of its neck. Moreover, the head shape bears a distinct similarity to Kaiju number 8. Now, I don't know how much to read into this, because these monsters definitely have an aesthetic and that uncanny valley feeling caused by making certain body parts wrong, different from how they'd be in any real animal, is one of the ways you sell your monsters. So maybe this mouth all the way to the back of the neck, which is a culturally ingrained eldritch horror signal, might just be that, might be an aesthetic choice on Matsumoto's part to cause discomfort in the audience when looking at these things. But that's not the only similarity. Like I said, the head and neck proportions are very similar in Kaiju number 6 and Kaiju number 8, and Kaiju number 6 appeared to have that same jet black scale patterning that Kaiju number 8 has. So these are enough visual similarities that I think Matsumoto is drawing some sort of connection between Kaiju number 8 and Kaiju number 6, but I just don't know what it is yet. Now, of course, this all ties into the fact that the little guy that caused all this, that little bug dragonfly kaiju that climbed down Kafka's throat, was looking for Kafka and said, "I found you," and we still don't know why it was looking for Kafka. We don't know if Kafka met a random set of attributes that it needed in a host, if it was looking for Kafka specifically, but there are some interesting things. Kafka was not only alive during the Kaiju number 6 incident, he was actively attempting to join the defense force, because remember, 20 years before the beginning of the story, Kafka had already made his decision. He and Kikoru were actively striving to join the defense force. They were young, but they were old enough to have begun their studying. So they would have been kids, 12, 13 years old. But it's not impossible that there was some sort of connection between Kaiju number 6 and Kafka, or that somehow Kaiju number 6 was potentially aware of Kafka in some way. Kafka did grow up in that Kaiju affected area, and number 6 definitely did make it inland. And Kaiju number 6 had at least a half a dozen Hanju class, multiple Yoju class minions. It's entirely possible that Kaiju number 6 did not entirely fail when Captain Shinomiya took him out. Maybe he sent out scouts, maybe he marked, maybe Kafka was marked as someone to be concerned with or interested in. Now, Kaiju number 6 definitely appeared to be an attack on the human population, not just a random attack either. Possibly the first time Kaiju had come in under the command of the Kaiju number 9 intelligence, because we still have no idea how long Kaiju number 9 has been functioning, but Kaiju number 6 was a change, an alteration, something different from what the Defense Force had seen before, which is what Kaiju number 9 specializes in. So it is not in any way a stretch to think that Kaiju number 6 and his army of Hanju and Yoju were in fact an action or a plan perpetrated by Kaiju number 9. And this, of course, ties back into my theory that Hikari Shinomiya might not be as dead as we think she is, and that, in fact, it might have been some part of Hikari that sent the little guy trying to find Kafka or to find someone with the appropriate qualifications. And I did entire videos on that, but that basic theory is that if Kaiju number 9 was responsible for the Kaiju number 6 attack, Kaiju number 9 might have tried to absorb Hikari Shinomiya to some success or to some extent of success or failure, and that some lingering remnant of Hikari Shinomiya's intelligence or will was what sent out the little guy to create Kaiju number 8 to be a defender of humanity. But that's a whole theory in of itself. But this interesting aesthetic choice, the strange double mouth that goes all the way to the back of the neck, definitely ties together Kaiju number 6 and Kaiju number 8. It might just be foreshadowing that their fates are entwined. It might be a visual representation of the partnership between Reno and Kafka. Who knows? But I am getting more and more convinced that somehow Kaiju number 9 planned and orchestrated the Kaiju number 6 attack, that Hikari Shinomiya didn't just die, and that somehow Kafka's involvement in this whole thing started long before we saw Kafka. So what do you think, my wonderful viewers? Am I way off base here? Is it crazy to think that Kafka was marked for the little guy way back when Kaiju number 6 attacked? Hit that like and subscribe button, leave your comments telling me what you think, and peace out, my wonderful viewers. Humans are weird. We took a vote, and humans are weird. I have the data. 2 books in a series of human absurdity. Go check out these short story collections. What will our little green friends think of us when we finally do make it to space? Find out the answer in 2 books of human absurdity. Humans Are Weird, We Took a Vote, and Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and Google Play.